All right, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. Guys, thank you so much for coming to this month's coffee chat. Today, we are going to be talking about email marketing, of course, and it's going to be a very brief overview. Nothing intense, but enough to get you excited and get you started on the path of getting set up your own email marketing campaigns and connecting with your customers on a more deeper and intimate level in terms of getting to know you, your brand, the products and services you offer, and ultimately turning your followers and um, potential clients into guests or into actual customers and clients. And so here we go. What we're going to go over today is what email marketing is, some of the type of emails that you can be sending. I want to give you some the latest statistics on how effective email marketing is, and then recommend some platforms that you can use to get your email campaigns started. So the first thing is, what is email marketing? Oh, and by the way, if you didn't get a notification, I am recording today's session. So I will put this recording up on YouTube if you ever want to go back and listen to the content again. So that way you have it there. All right, so what is email marketing? Email marketing is this really highly effective digital marketing strategy of sending emails to your potential customers, your potential leads, prospects, and customers. So people that have already purchased from you before and are continuing to be customers. It's an effective email marketing really converts all of your leads and prospects into customers, and it turns your one-time buyers into loyal, raving fans. And that's the goal of email marketing, is to build this community, to build trust, likability, and to have people continue to nurture and this relationship you're building with them into, again, raving fans. What emails can do for you is I categorize them into four different areas how you can use email marketing. So we've got traffic generation. If you are looking to build more traffic on your website, you can use an email campaign to highlight something unique, different features, and that includes links to different areas on your website that will, continue the conversation and provide more information. Maybe it's to make sales or whatever, but the goal is to get them out of the email into your website. So those are traffic generation. Anytime you have an email, you want to have a call to action, and the call to action can be directing them to your website in some way, shape, or form. So emails can be an effective promotion channel for the high value content that you create in your website. So if you have a blog, for instance, you can do an email campaign each time you have a blog post go up, or if you have frequent blog posts, maybe you do one email a week that has links to all the blog posts you do. Again, that's the goal of that, is to direct traffic to your website, so they're reading the content on your website. Another reason for emails is to build awareness of your brands. Not everybody who opts into your email has actually made a purchase yet or know all of what you do. And so you can use emails to highlight other products that maybe it's a customer, they've only bought one product, but you have more that you want to show them. So you can do an email campaign that highlights different products that they may not be aware of. Or if they're not a customer yet, you can show them all the different value and services that you offer. And so you want to use an email marketing campaign to stay top of mind for them, by kind of scheduling out different emails to highlight different areas of your company and create awareness for your brand and who you are and what you offer. Lead nurturing is another area where we send emails out, and that's to really, as it says, nurture your prospects and your clients. And by nurturing them, we mean by providing them value on a regular basis. People really appreciate when brands are educating them or giving them free advice on how they can better their life, their situation, their business, whatever it is that you offer. And so any way that you can package your content in a way that is providing value to them, and that's free. For instance, you can make a guide on how to do something, It's not you necessarily doing it, but you're making a guide. Now somebody could potentially pick up that guide and run with it and do it. Other people, most people would read that guide and be like, oh, this is awesome. I don't have the time or resources to do it myself. And that's when they would come back to you and say, hey, I see what you just made. This guide is a great value. You obviously know what you're talking about. I would love for you to do this for me. I don't have time to do it for myself. And so that's a way of adding value, even though you've given them a free guide, you've given them the steps to do it, and you're demonstrating your value and your worth, but you're also giving them something that is valuable to them and nurturing them. And it's just like a relationship that you're building with, a friend. If you meet a new friend, you want to build that relationship with them, you want to improve their life, you want to give them stuff that's valuable and worthwhile. And so you're finding ways to make other people's life valuable and make their relationship with you worthwhile, and so show like, hey, we're worth the time. So that's lead nurturing them. And then revenue generation, of course, is emails that are geared towards specifically towards making sales. And so not just direct into the website for more information, but to actually purchase something. So there's some sophisticated platforms out there will actually let you click a link to add something to your cart right away. So it even saves steps and clicks on the website. And so those revenue generation emails are really designed to make the buying journey and the buying experience really seamless and easy. And you use these emails again to highlight different products or services that you offer, and you package them in the email in a way that really makes them presentable and, again, desirable. And the most important is really easy to use, and for the user to be able to just click on and make that sale right away. Many times, the goal of marketing is to make the customer journey as enjoyable as possible, and sometimes that's making it as easy as possible. And so revenue generating emails are a great way to, again, obviously generate income for your business, but also provide great products and services to the people that are on your list and following you. And so those are the 4 different ways I feel like you can use emails to make an impact for your business. Now we have some of the type of emails you can send to accomplish some of those different ones, the different missions of emails is you've got welcome email. So somebody initially signs up, maybe they've downloaded a free product you have, or they've made a purchase somehow, or you have a blog that they're subscribing to. Somehow they've given you their email address and says, yes, I'd love to get more email from you. So you can send them that first initial welcome email, thanking them for, whatever it is that got them on your list, welcoming them into your family, and provide them, just like maybe some great advice and tips in that first welcome email, just thanking them again for being a part of your team. So that's an email to consider. Then there's some regular email newsletters that you can send on a regular basis. Like, for instance, some companies will send emails once a day, which can be a little tense, but that if it's short and it works, then it works. But then there's typically like maybe once a week, and then there's once a month emails. I send for Chandler Consulting, I send 2 emails a month. Usually I send one with some marketing tips and IT tips for people. And then I send another one just specifically for the coffee chat, to invite people to send the coffee chat. I don't like to send too many emails, but I like to send my emails that are, offering value. I'm offering free tips, and then I'm offering the chance to attend these free webinars to get some information. And so I don't do too many selling with my email marketing, but I do have a separate list of my prospects. Those are a little bit more of here's more direct about my services, the value they have, and how to work with me. So that's a different email campaign that I send that's a little bit more specific. You have dedicated emails. Basically, these are emails that are dedicated to specific topics, specific segments. Maybe you have a specific campaign that you're doing, something's coming up, and those are dedicated emails just to those particular, whatever it is you're trying to communicate to your audience. Are dedicated to that specifically, not just a general email newsletter. Lead nurturing emails. So there's email marketing. Sometimes you can set up what's called a drip campaign. And that's triggered by an event. So somebody downloads an ebook of yours and they give you the email, their email address as a result to be able to download that book. You can have an email campaign that's triggered for each person individually. And then so those would include nurturing emails, because the goal is, okay, they've downloaded a free resources, but they haven't yet made a commitment, they haven't made a purchase or scheduled an appointment with you, whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. And so you would send a series of emails to nurture them, to build the relationship, to build trust, and encourage them down the path of eventually making that commitment with you, whatever your commitment looks like. And so those are sometimes the emails. Sponsorship emails, which is basically if you're a nonprofit or you are supporting a nonprofit organization and you're looking for people to sponsor the organizations, you got those transactional emails. If sometimes when you make a purchase online, most of the time you're going to get a invoice back saying, hey, we've confirmed your purchase, here's your invoice. But sometimes you'll get other emails that are, again, kind of like a welcome email. They're thanking you for that purchase, and then they're giving you maybe advice. So maybe if you're selling a product and there's additional instructions or guidance that you can give to the customer on how to use that product, instead of just sending, here's your invoice, thanks, you can send, here's your invoice, and here's some different advice and, guidance and tips on how to use this product well, or how to take care of it, whatever it is. Maybe you've sold a service. And so you want to give that customer, okay, now that you've purchased a service, here's what you need to do to prepare for our appointment. Different type of more detailed emails about the transaction. Re-engagement emails are re-engaging customers that maybe you've had in the past, or leads that didn't fall through and commit to your services or your product, but it's been a while, so you can reconnect with them and re-engage them in a way. So maybe you have an email campaign, but you took a break, you haven't sent emails in a very long time. Let's say you said you were to send emails once a month, and it's been maybe 6 months since your last email. You want to reconnect with them. So you want to kind of say, hey guys, I'm still here, welcome back. I've been off for a little bit, but we're still here. Whatever, however you word that, that's a re-engagement email, basically coming back to them, and you want to re-engage them to hopefully, again, get them to commit to your services. And then there's brand story emails. These emails sometimes don't necessarily have a call to action per se, other than maybe visit the website for more information. But these are where you get to take the opportunity to tell more about your brand, your mission, your purpose, what passions you have, why you do what you do. And it's a means to encourage people to know your brand more, like you, trust you more, and feel like they're building a relationship with you, getting to know you, and hopefully, trusting you to, again, make that commitment to make a purchase or make a sale with you. So those are different type of emails you can think of sending. And I wanted to go over some latest stats on emails just so you can get an idea of just how important email marketing is. I really feel email marketing is one of the strongest marketing tactics right now, because it is the only marketing tool or tactic that you can control. And what I mean by that is, like, if you have a list of followers on Facebook, which is great. I continue to build that audience on Facebook, connect with them there. But if for any reason Facebook changes something in their policies and how businesses can run, you may all of a sudden lose access to connecting with your customers. That list doesn't belong to you, it belongs to Facebook. Same thing with Instagram, LinkedIn, any social media platform that you're using. You don't control, really have that list. Your followers are not yours. It's their platforms. They just happen to be following you. But your email address or your email list, that is yours. The only people that can remove names off your list is you, or, the people, who are subscribed. They can decide to unsubscribe, but nobody else can all of a sudden decide, I no longer want you to have these lists. I'm just going to take it. So your email address is your email list is one of the most powerful tools you have, because it's one of the only ones that you actually have control over. And so you want to maintain that control, and really use this tool as to the best of your abilities. And so here are some stats on why email marketing is so important. Right now, there are 4 billion email users daily. You can think yourself how many times you check your email today. And I'm sure you're checking your email on your computers. You're probably checking emails on your cell phones. Like, people are checking their emails frequently, even when they're on vacation. They still are pulling out their phones or their laptops to keep up with whatever emails are coming through. So email is definitely a key point of connecting with people. That is an active thing every single day. Somebody may not go on Facebook every single day, but they're definitely checking their emails every day. 64% of small businesses are using email marketing to reach customers. So that trend was actually a lot lower the past couple of years. It's going up. And so it's definitely a tool that businesses are catching on to, and more businesses are using, and which is good, and it's great. And it's also creating the need for businesses to be more creative and unique with the messaging that they're using in their email marketing, so they stand out from all the other businesses that are connecting with your own list. And then nearly 1 in 5 email campaigns are not optimized for mobile. That's actually a stat that is, the verse is not a positive one, but it's an eye opener, in the sense that more people are connecting with their emails on their mobile devices. And you really want to think about that as you're building an email campaign. Look, when you're in whatever platform you're using, make sure you're viewing it in mobile, and how it looks, and how the user's going to experience it. And I don't think I have a stat for this, but since I'm on, email marketing for mobile, I'll bring it up now. Is many users are starting to not only use their phones more often for emails, but they're also turning on the dark mode on their phone, which does change significantly the way emails look, depending on your what email platform they're using to view their emails. If they're using like the native phone app, if they have iPhone and they're using the native app, or if they're using the Google app, either way, it's how an email will change based on what platform the users are using, and if it's on light mode or dark mode. And so you want to think about these things as you design some emails. Sometimes if you design the email and it has a section where it's got unique colors with, playing with black and white, it might not look the way you think it's going to look for a user who's using dark mode versus light mode. So just things to think about when it comes to actually designing campaigns. More stats. Marketers who use segmented campaigns note a 760% revenue increase. Basically meaning, for people who are actually utilizing email marketing, the chance of revenue increasing is significantly higher. So that's a good sign for using emails. And actually, so if you have definitely products that you're selling on a regular basis, email marketing is definitely a tool that you want to make sure that you're using. 35% of marketers send their customers 3 to 5 emails weekly. Again, depending on your industry, depending on the size of your list, depending on the different ways that your services are offered or your products are offered, that would determine how many emails you really should be sending. So this may be for somebody like, I don't know, I use Amazon's Audible for their audiobooks. Absolutely love it. And I probably get somewhere around one email a day, maybe every other day. But it's kind of like I expect it from them. But if I were to get an email every other day from like my plumber, I wouldn't like that. It doesn't fit, the need. I need a plumber, hopefully maybe once every 2 years. Audiobooks, I probably get 2 or 3 a month. And so it makes sense that I would get more emails from somebody like that. So really think about the products and services you're offering to determine, okay, if I was, a customer, would I want or need this many emails in order to continue being a customer or to make a sale? So this stat may really wants to know that depends on your business. 78% of marketers saw an increase in email engagement over 12 months. Email engagement and how you measure that is several different things. We've got the typical stats of, how many times did a person open the email that you sent, or did they just delete it right away, not even open it? Did they open it and then delete it? Let's see, did they click on something that you have in the email? How much time did they spend with the email open? These are all different type of ways people can engage in email, and they're all significant and good things to consider when you're measuring different content. But either way, whatever email engagement people are using, we're seeing an increase on how people are interacting with emails. So that's also another good sign and an encouraging stat to using email marketing as part of your campaign. 4 out of 5 marketers say they would rather give up social media than email marketing. I can completely see that. As I was mentioning earlier, people are still obviously actively using social media, but there's many, depending on the platform, many people are looking to the social media platforms for more social engagement and engaging with friends and less engaging with brands. And people are engaging with brands more on email. Many times, like if I go on social media specifically for a brand, it's because I'm going to go to communicate with them directly. I want a more of like a chat, immediate response. But if I just open Instagram and I'm scrolling, I'm looking to see my friends and how my friends are doing, not looking at what the latest brands are doing. And so as a brand, as a business, you definitely want to make sure that you're using email more frequently and more aggressively than social media to connect with your audience, because that's where they're expecting brands to connect with them more. And then 20% of retail, e-commerce, and consumer goods and services companies are personalizing emails based on gender, race, and ethnicity. Depending on the email platform that you use, many of them have gravitated towards this and can do this, but we have what's called email segmentation. So you can segment your emails by gender, race, ethnicity, whatever it is, maybe time zones, locations. You can segment emails and you can actually personalize your emails. Have it say, the person's name instead of just saying hello, different things to make the email personal to people and it stands out. And so that's definitely a trend that's going up. And I recommend for anybody who's sending emails. 74% of baby boomers think email is the most personal channel to communicate with brands. Kind of like what I was saying with before, email marketing is more personal. When I get an email, even though like I know, okay, a lot of people, other people have got it, so I still feel like it's personal to me, and more personal than a social media post that I know everybody else in the world's going to see. Some of the email platforms to choose, it's really have to do your research, and it depends on what you want to accomplish. So it's going to take time to sit down and think, okay, how do you want to use email? Do you want to just send email newsletters once a month, or do you want to try and build some complex campaigns? Do you want to build drip campaigns that are triggered from an action? All of those are going to determine what platform is the best for you, and then also as well as price and availability. And so here's just some suggested platforms you can use. Again, the notes I sent actually have a link where you can access more information on each of these, as well as links directly to these websites, so you can learn more about each platform and determine which one's going to be best for you. And then lastly, 3 final tips I have for people as you're building email campaigns. 3 things to think about is the frequency of how many emails you want to send. Nobody wants to get 10 emails a day from a subscription. Maybe even 1 email a day from a subscription is a little too much. So you really want to it doesn't matter how great the content is. If it's too frequently and too much, people may unsubscribe and your message may get lost. You want to make sure it's relevant. Make sure the content that you're distributing to your followers is something that they find valuable, that they're going to get value from it. It's something that they can put into action for themselves. It's something that interests them and it's relevant to their lives and their needs. And then it's also relevant to you. and your brand. So if you're a brand that is, selling dog food, it may not be relevant for you to send an email recommending people on, keyboards to use. Like that doesn't fit your brand. So you want to make sure it's relevant to the customers and who's receiving it, as well as relevant and fits you and your brand. And then the action, you want to make sure your email has, and action has 2 points. So you want to make sure your email has a call to action, some type of direction, some type of purpose, some type of action you want the reader to take, but also try to reduce the amount of actions you want to take. Again, most people are reading their emails on their phones, and who knows where they are. They may be on the train, so maybe they have limited Wi-Fi. They may be at dinner. They may be out on a hike with their friends. And so if you want them to take immediate action, make sure that the action is streamlined and quick and easy to instructions are easy to follow, and it's not complicated. That way, if they are in a situation where they do want to act on your email, they are interested, that it's easy for them to do it, and there's not too many steps. There's not a long form for them to fill out, stuff like that. So you want to make it easy for them to follow up with your email. And just consider they may not be sitting at their desk and have 10, 15 minutes to take that action. So try to make the user experience as smooth as possible. And that is it. So quick and easy, just basic email marketing tips for everybody. Nothing in depth, but stuff to at least get you thinking and get you started. Our next coffee chat is going to be next month, the last Thursday of the month, of course, October 28th. It's going to be at 12:30 again. We hope to see you there. We're going to be talking about now some SEO basics, kind of similar today. We're going to go over the basics of SEO, what it means, why it's important, some SEO stats, and give you some tips that you can do, that you can some practical tips that you can apply that same day to hopefully improve the results on your website, get you some more traction, and get people aware of who you are and what you offer. So thanks for attending. I really hope you appreciate it and find value in the information you got today. Look forward to more coffee chats in the future, and always email me if you have any questions. Philippa at channer-consulting.com, and I look forward to seeing you guys again soon. Thanks so much for attending, and appreciate it. Leave any comments or questions in the chat, and I will get to those as soon as possible. Thanks so much.